What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, October 27th, 2015, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The Walking Dead showrunner Scott M. Gimple issued a statement after a beloved major character apparently died on Sunday's episode of AMC's zombie apocalypse drama. Steve Ying's good-hearted Glenn, one of the few original remaining characters to make it to Season 6, was trying to reassure actor Michael Trainor's terrified Nicholas while the two stood up on the top of a dumpster surrounded by thousands of hungry walkers. Seeing no way out, Nicholas shoots himself in the head, falling into the crowd of zombies, taking Glenn with him. The last shot of Glenn showed the hero screaming as walkers appeared to eat him. Talking Dead, AMC's Walking Dead analysis program, which features a weekly in memoriam segment to honor those killed on the high-stakes drama, did not show Glenn in its weekly farewell, but instead concluded with the written message, "Please don't let this be true, please don't let this be true, please don't let this be true." Later in the show, Talking Dead host Chris Hardwick read Gimple's statement regarding Glenn's likely death. He said, "Dear fans of The Walking Dead, this is a hard story to tell, and when we were planning to tell it, we knew our friends at Talking Dead would be talking to you about it, and knowing you would be all talking and feeling and commiserating, I knew we should say something about it, lest our silence say something we didn't mean to say or not say," Gimple explained. "So I'll say this. In some ways, we will see Glenn, some version of Glenn, or parts of Glenn again, either in flashback or in the current story to help complete the story." Sunday's hour-long episode of The Walking Dead also ended on a cliffhanger with another original character, Rick, played by Andrew Lincoln, trapped in a motorhome with a bleeding hand and surrounded by zombies. Next week's episode will be 90 minutes long. Trailer for the upcoming series Preacher and Into the Badlands are scheduled to air during the broadcast. Comedian Kristen Wiig has responded to criticism of the forthcoming female lead Ghostbusters movie. The 42-year-old actress addressed the backlash in a recent interview with the Los Angeles Times. Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon will star in the reboot, causing some fans to disparage the female-centric cast on social media. The star said, "The fact there was so much controversy because we were women was surprising to me. Some people said some really not nice things about the fact that there were women. It didn't make me mad. It just really bummed me out. We're honoring those movies." Ivan Reitman directed the original Ghostbusters movie in 1984 and its sequel Ghostbusters 2 in 1989, with Paul Feig to helm the new sequel. Feig previously directed Wiig and McCarthy in Bridesmaids and defended his female stars in a March interview with Variety. He said, "The internet is really funny. The first wave when you make an announcement like female Ghostbusters is overwhelmingly positive. Then comes the second wave and you're like, oh my god, some of the most vile misogynistic shit I've ever seen in my life." Almost constantly, critics on Twitter are someone whose bio says proud father of two. He added, "You're raising children and yet you're bashing me about putting women in my movie. All I know is my ladies are going to kick ass and I would not want to go into battle without them." The Ghostbusters reboot opens in theaters July 15, 2016. Original stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, and Annie Potts will all make cameos, and Chris Hemsworth, Neil Casey, and Andy Garcia also have roles. Oscar winner Reese Witherspoon recently opened up on Fashionably Late with Rachel Zoe about how she thinks the time is right for another Legally Blonde sequel. The actress said Thursday of her character Ellie Woods while answering a fan's question about a possible Legally Blonde 3. "I think we're ready to see Ellie and see what she's up to lately." The 39-year-old even believes it's the right time for the franchise to return in light of Hillary Clinton running for president. Witherspoon said, "A lot of writers over the years have come up with different ideas for for it. I actually think it's kind of great right now because we're talking about women in politics and how important that is to get more women. She added, I think it'd be kind of a cool thing to have her be a Supreme Court justice or somebody who runs for office like president. Witherspoon acknowledged, however, that this was not a confirmation that the film was in development or likely even to happen. She told fans referring to the studio in charge of the film, I called MGM, I have no idea. Magician Criss Angel was forced to recently cancel his believed Circus Soleil shows in Las Vegas in order to be with his family in Australia. According to the Las Vegas Sun, Angel rushed to be with his toddler son, Johnny, who was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The 47-year-old canceled his Friday show and all future performances through November 1st. One of his circus colleagues said in a statement, for many years, Criss has championed and raised money for various children's charities here in Las Vegas, but never thought it would hit this close to home. This is a very personal family crisis. The Mind Freak star tweeted about the cancellations, followed by a photo of himself holding 20-month-old Johnny. He wrote, in light of a family emergency, the news I was going to announce this weekend will be postponed. This marks the first time Angel has missed any dates of his nearly 3,000 performance run at the Luxor Hotel. Angel last made headlines in June after he rescued fellow escape artist Spencer Horseman from drowning. Oscar winner Jamie Foxx and NBA MVP Stephen Curry showed off Apple's iPhone 6 in 3 new commercials that debuted over the weekend. The 15-second spot Flip a Coin and Crush featured Foxx. A 3-minute long commercial, the camera starred Curry. In Flip a Coin, Foxx is seen debating between 2 movie scripts and looks to Siri for help. He tells her to flip a coin and she returns tails, leaving Foxx to choose a sci-fi western plot. In Crush, Foxx is seen in a white dress shirt looking at himself in the mirror as he puts on a tie. Midway through the process, he asks Siri how she thinks he looks. Siri says, judging from your voice, I say you must be fairly attractive. Foxx replies, thanks. You got a crush on me? TechCrunch says these 2 ads showed off the capability of the new iPhone M9's motion coprocessor, which allows Siri to be permanently active without causing significant battery drain. In the 3rd ad, the camera narrator teases that not much has changed in the new handset camera's capabilities. However, over the course of the ad, several new features are revealed. These include a 4K video resolution, animated photography, the screen's ability to function as a flash for selfies, slow-motion video, and more. At one point in the ad, NBA star Curry nails a perfect 3-point shot. Apple began sales of the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus late September. The company sold over 13 million units in the first weekend of sales. The Force is strong with Netflix's Canadian branch. 8 months after Star Wars The Force Awakens premiered in theaters, the epic sci-fi fantasy will become available for streaming through Netflix, but only in Canada. According to Variety, Netflix's Canadian deal with Disney covers movies released in 2015 and onward, thus including the latest Star Wars. In the United States, Disney can only release films released in 2016 or later onto the streaming service. Premium cable channel stars will be the only paid TV home option for the film, as their exclusive deal with Disney runs through the end of 2015. The news comes less than a week after the studio released an epic new trailer for the film and broke pre-sale records when tickets went on sale for opening day showings last Monday. Star Wars The Force Awakens opens in theaters December 18th. Leah Remini recently discussed her departure from Scientology with ABC Series 2020. The 45-year-old actress opened up about her experience with the controversial religion in an interview scheduled to air Thursday, October 29th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The star said in a preview, the decision to leave is you are giving up everything you've worked for your whole life. As time goes on, you start to lose touch with the real world. The mindset becomes us against them. She also talked about Tom Cruise, the actor and high-profile church member, by saying being critical of Tom Cruise is being critical of Scientology itself. Remini joined the church at age 9 and has been openly critical of the religion since leaving Scientology in 2013. The actress will elaborate on her experience in her forthcoming memoir, Troublemaker Surviving Hollywood and Scientology, which comes out November 3rd. The church said of the actress to People magazine last year, it comes as no surprise that someone as self-absorbed as Leah Remini continues to rewrite history and exploit her former religion in a pathetic attempt to get ratings for cable show and seem relevant again. Remini is best known for playing Carrie Heffernan on CBS's sitcom King of Queens and served as a guest co-host on Dancing with the Stars seasons 19 and 21. She stars on the TLC reality series Leah Remini, It's All Relative, which completed a second season in September. Oscar-winning actor Matthew McConaughey is to host Saturday Night Live on November 21st, NBC announced Monday. The musical guest for the show that evening will be Grammy Award winner Adele. McConaughey recently completed production on the films Free State of Jones and Gold, while Adele's widely anticipated third album, 25, is due out November 20th. Acclaimed film director Quentin Tarantino recently joined protesters in New York City for a rally against police brutality. Tarantino joined hundreds of demonstrators Saturday in Greenwich Village's Washington Square and even spoke publicly on stage in order to fire up the members of Rise Up October who organized the event. Tarantino said to the crowd regarding police brutality, "This is not being dealt with, then these murdering cops would be in jail or at least facing charges. When I see murders, I do not stand by. I have to call a murder a murder, and I have to call the murderers the murderers." The director's comments drew the fire of NYPD Association's president Patrick Lynch, who called on the city to boycott his films. He says the police officers that Quentin Tarantino calls murderers aren't living in one of his depraved big-screen fantasies. They're risking and sometimes sacrificing their lives to protect communities from real crime and mayhem, Lynch said. He also continued by saying it's no surprise that someone who makes a living glorifying crime and violence is a cop hater too. He mentioned before adding that New Yorkers need to send a message by boycotting his films. The evening took place just days after the last Tuesday night's murder of NYPD officer Randolph Holder, who was killed while chasing a robbery suspect. Tarantino said to the New York Post, "It's like this. It's unfortunate timing, but we've flown in all these families to go and tell their stories. That cop that was killed, that's a tragedy too." Ricky Gervais has been named the host of the 73rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. The ceremony recognizing excellence in film and television for 2015 is to take place on January 10th at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. The 3-hour gala will air live on NBC. This will mark the 4th time the acid-tongue actor, writer, and comedian will serve as MC of the program. NBC Entertainment Chairman Robert Greenblatt said in a statement Monday, "We're excited to have Ricky Gervais back to host the most enjoyable award show of the season in his own inimitable way. This arming and surprising Ricky is ready to honor and send up the best work of the year in film and television. Fasten your seatbelts." Lorenzo Soria, the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, said Ricky Gervais left us with a lasting impression, and we are thrilled to have him back in our show as we honor the best in film and television. His off-the-cuff wit and quirky charm will surely have the room and audiences around the world at the edge of their seats. Gervais is best known for his work on TV's The Office, Extras, and Derek, as well as in the Night of the Museum film franchise. British actor Idris Elba has joined the voice cast of the animated movie Zootopia. Best known for playing a police detective on TV's Luther, the 43-year-old actor will lend his voice to the character of Chief Bago, the head of the Zootopia Police Department. His other film credits include Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, Prometheus, Pacific Rim, and Beasts of No Nation. Zootopia director Brian Howard said in a statement on the Disney blog Monday, "We had so much fun casting this film. Zootopia features such a large and diverse range of characters, one of our biggest casts ever for a Disney animation film. We needed talented actors who could help bring these animals to life." Co-director Rich Moore added, "Everyone in this incredible cast is bringing something special, something unexpected to their characters, which really takes our story to a whole new level." Also featuring the vocal talents of Jennifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, Jenny Slate, Alan Tudyk, Bonnie Hunt, J.K. Simmons, Octavia Spencer, and Tommy Chung. The movie is about anthropomorphic animals from every environment living and working together. The film is set for release March 4th of 2016. BBC Worldwide North America says it has partnered with Fathom Events to briefly release the TV movie Sherlock, The Abominable Bride, in about 500 U.S. theaters. Starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, the one-off program will be shown on the big screen in select locations January 5th and 6th. The late 19th century set film is to premiere on Masterpiece on PBS stations in the United States, as well as on the BBC in the United Kingdom on January 1st. A synopsis says, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman return as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson in Sherlock, the acclaimed modern retelling of Arthur Conan Doyle's classic stories. But now our heroes find themselves in 1890s London. Beloved characters Mary Morristan, Inspector Lestrade, and Mrs. Hudson also turn up at 221B Baker's Street. The fourth season of the series Sherlock, which returns Cumberbatch and Freeman's sleuths to their usual contemporary London, is to start shooting in the spring. Pop legend Janet Jackson has been forced to postpone multiple shows after being put on a doctored-ordered vocal rest. The singer, currently on tour to promote her new album Unbreakable, already postponed shows in Salt Lake City and Denver last week and will now have to reschedule upcoming performances in Kansas City and St. Louis that were set to take place on October 27th and 29th, respectively. Jackson took to Twitter Sunday to share the bad news with fans, but promised to return and honor tickets that were purchased. She wrote, "Must postpone Kansas City and St. Louis. Doctor's orders. Hold on to your tickets. I'll be back in Omaha." Jackson's Unbreakable tour came under fire Wednesday after the 49-year-old and her team were accused of deleting fans' Instagram videos taken during the tour. Jackson responded to the criticism and promised that she would change the way her team handles the concert contents being posted online. She said, "I want you to know that I enjoy watching the short clips of how you are burning it up at the Unbreakable shows. Please keep posting them. My team is passionate about protecting the intellectual property we are creating for the tour and possible future projects. It was never their intention, acting on my behalf, to have social media accounts removed. Permitting the use of long clips does present a contractual problem for these projects. I hope you understand. I trust the fans will use their short recordings for their own memories and to share on their social media networks of choice." She then added, "I have asked my team to change their approach and allow you to engage socially with these videos." Earlier this month, Beyonce and her daughter Blue Ivy Carter made headlines after they appeared together and joined Jackson's concert in Inglewood, California. British singer Ellie Goulding was among the recording artists who took the stage Sunday at the 2015 MTV Europe Music Awards. The 28-year-old singer impressed fans with her performance of Love Me Like You Do from the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. The song will also appear on Goulding's forthcoming third studio album, Delirium. She told MTV Backstage, "My album's out on the 6th of November. I'm very excited about it. It's my favorite thing I've done so far, and I think it's a little bit different, and I think my fans are going to like it. I'm really excited for people to hear it." Goulding turned heads in her plunging black gown prior to the ceremony, and also debuted a new bright yellow hairstyle. The singer was nominated for 2 awards, including Best Song for Love Me Like You Do. Goulding's last release, the reissued Helicon Days in August 2013, which included the singles Burn and How Long Will I Love You. The singer debuted Delirium's lead single Om on My Mind in September and announced the new song Army this month. And in a related story, the biggest stars in music took over the Mediolanum Forum in Milan, Italy for the 22nd annual MTV Europe Music Awards. Justin Bieber was the big winner Sunday night, taking home 5 awards, including Best Male Artist, Best Collaboration for his hit song Where Are You Now with Skillerex and Diplo, Biggest Fans, Best Look, and the Worldwide Act Award for North America. The 21-year-old, who was dressed all in red while receiving his award for Best Male, says, "It's been a long couple of years. I just feel like this is pretty awesome to be recognized for my music. You understand that I don't take any of these moments for granted, not one of them. You guys are unbelievable, and that's where I belong, right there on that stage," stated Bieber, collecting the Worldwide Act Award. Bieber also highlighted his big night by performing his hit singer What Do You Mean, illuminating the stage with a flashy light show. Other notable performances included Ellie Goulding with Like Me Like You Do, Jason Derulo, Want to Want Me, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with Downtown, and Ed Sheeran and Rudimental with Lay It On Me. Sheeran also had a successful night co-hosting with Ruby Rose and taking home 2 awards for Best Live Act and Best World Stage. The 2 hosts often joked about the show's location, with Rose donning a spaghetti dress at one point, with Sheeran also joking, "Italy is one of my favorite countries. It does great food, which is why the suit doesn't fit very well." Singer Tori Kelly also surprised the crowd when she rocked the stage with a medley mashup of her hit Should Been Us with 90s classics No Scrubs by TLC and the Fugees' Ready or Not. Kelly, dressed in a gold plaid suit and playing her electric guitar, impressed audiences when she seamlessly transitioned between the 3 songs and circled back to Should Have Been Us. Kelly's performance wasn't the only throwback of the night, as Duran Duran was honored with the first ever MTV Video Visionary Award. Lead singer Simon Le Bon said, "Music lovers all around the world, when we started there was us and MTV, and we blazed a trail and we're there for each other," accepting along the award with bandmates Nick Rhodes, John Taylor, and Roger Taylor. Jason Mraz tied the knot with fiancée Christina Carano on Sunday. The 38-year-old singer married Carano in an intimate outdoor wedding at the Pole Greens Historic Church in his hometown of Mechanicsville, Virginia, with 50 family members and friends in attendance. The Star's rep said in a statement, "We can confirm that Jason Mraz married longtime girlfriend Tina Carano, a former Hermosa Beach, California coffee shop owner originally from Royal Oak, Michigan." The ceremony took place outside on a beautiful fall day. Mraz and Carano first met in 2007 and started dating in 2011. The singer shared a photo of his bride at the altar on Instagram, writing, "Today I was made the luckiest man in the world." The couple recently opened up about their relationship for the July-August issue of the Outsider. Mraz gushed of his bride-to-be. "She is wholehearted in every action, is extremely generous, completely drama-free, and has the most intuitive genius mind in the kitchen. Not to mention her smile absolutely melts me." Carano added, "He's the most loving, generous, and most hardworking man I know. He inspires me and empowers me every day to live my best life, and he cares so deeply about the things that really matter. We're truly blessed in so many ways." Mraz was previously engaged to longtime friend and musical collaborator Tristan Prettyman. The singer last released Yes in July 2014, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts and included the single Love Someone. Demi Lovato and Nick Jonas will embark on a joint tour in 2016. The singers and Camp Rock co-stars, both 23, announced the news in an interview on Monday on the Elvis Duran show, saying they're looking forward to going on the road together. Lovato revealed, "We're doing quite a few nights. The tour is called Future Now. We're really excited because we're both at a point in our lives where we're really happy with the way things are going in our careers, and we're also business partners." She added before Jonas chimed in, "When I think about going on the road, I think about the opportunity to see my fans every night." And he also added by saying, "Getting in front of the fans and being in a different city every night is really special." The pair later answered fan questions in the Sirius XM Hits 1 Facebook Q&A, saying they will most likely debut a new collaboration on the tour. Lovato released her 5th studio album, Confident, this month, while Jonas last debuted Nick Jonas in November 2014. Lovato and Jonas will kick off the tour June 24, 2016 in Sunrise, Florida, and bring the endeavor to a close September 17th in Los Angeles, California. The pair played Mitchie and Nate in Camp Rock, respectively, and co-founded Safe House Records this year. Blac Chyna surprised fans by getting a Future tattoo on her right hand Sunday. The 27-year-old model showed off her new ink in a photo on Instagram, writing, "Thought it was a drought," the title of a song from rapper Future's 3rd studio album, DS2. The picture set off a firestorm of speculation about Blac Chyna's relationship with the 31-year-old recording artist. The pair have been spotted together in recent weeks, but haven't explicitly confirmed they're dating. The model's best friend Amber Rose said of Blac Chyna's status with the rapper Sunday on Watch What Happens Live, "That's BFF confidentiality, I can't talk about it." Blac Chyna was previously engaged to Tyga and shares 3-year-old son King Cairo Stevenson with the 25-year-old rapper. Future, meanwhile, was engaged to Sierra and shares a 17-month-old son Future with the 30-year-old singer. Foo Fighters lead singer Dave Grohl announced his band will be playing a gig in Italy to give back to superfans there, the group's website said. Grohl told fans in the town of Cesena he was moved by the YouTube video of the mass gathering of 1,000 local musicians on a grassy field that last year to cover the Foo Fighters song "Learn to Fly," and announced a return to the town the band had not visited since 1997. And the surprise gig will be less than 2 weeks away on November 3rd at the city's Carly Sport venue. Grohl wrote on the band's Tumblr page, "To see so many people put so much time and effort and love into making music moved me to tears. And the fact that it was a Foo Fighters song, well, it's hard to put into words how humble that made me feel. It is without a doubt one of the most beautiful experiences of my entire life. The man who organized the mass gathering, Fabio Zeffirghini, and others crowdfunded for 6 months, and many of the musicians paid their way and brought their own instruments and equipment with them just to be a part of it. Calling themselves the Rockin' 1000s, the various guitarists, bassists, drummers, and singers wanted to show their love for the band. Zeffirghini told CNN, "What we did here is a huge, huge miracle. It went viral much over our expectations, and it's been just a fantastic sensation. We lived in a very tiny, tiny town in Italy, and for us it's a real miracle." Grohl says he didn't take the messages he got about it seriously at first, but when he finally saw it, he was absolutely blown away. He promptly responded to fans, sending a short video of himself speaking in Italian and promising the band would visit. This video, how beautiful, how very beautiful. And now let's look back at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1970, Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber released Jesus Christ Superstar. From the late 50s to the mid-60s, it was common for an original cast recording of successful Broadway musicals to find their way up near the top of the pop album charts. Hit shows like West Side Story, The Sound of Music, and Funny Girl, among several others, all spun off million-selling albums during this era. But by the late 60s, the pop album charts had decisively been taken over by rock. It was in this environment that a young British composer and his lyricist partner managed to achieve a massive success by precisely reversing the old formula. On this date in 1970, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, who would go on to become the most successful composer-lyricist team in modern theater history, released a double LP concept album called Jesus Christ Superstar, which only later would become the smash hit Broadway musical of the same name. Jesus Christ Superstar was the third musical written by Lloyd Webber and Rice, following on The Likes of Us, which was staged for the first time in 2005, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which saw only limited performances in various English churches between 1968 and 1970. Superstar grew out of Tim Rice's long fascination with Judas Iscariot, who he conceived not only as a curving betrayer of Jesus, but rather a dear friend struggling with the implications of Jesus' growing celebrity. Although the musical would later find broad support among leaders of the liberal Christian churches, it was nevertheless too controversial to gain the financial backing necessary for a stage production. Lloyd Webber and Rice therefore chose to package the Superstar album themselves as a first. Working with the cast that included Murray Head, who later had the pop hit One Night in Bangkok in 1985 in the role of Judas, and Yvonne Elliman as Mary Magdalene, who later had a #1 hit in 1977 for If I Can't Have You, Lloyd Webber and Rice released the Jesus Christ Superstar album in the summer of 1970 and released it in Britain and the United States. Then as now, Lloyd Webber and Rice had their detractors in the critical establishment. Writing for the New York Times at the time, critic Don Heckman questioned whether this new rock opera deserved praise either as rock or as an opera. He wrote, "As rock, it leaves much to be desired." In relations to the 20th century operas by the likes of Stravinsky and Gershwin, Heckman argued the comparison is pretty devastating. Nevertheless, the Jesus Christ Superstar album spawned a top 40 single in the version of I Don't Know How to Love Him, both by Yvonne Elliman and Helen Reddy, and it shot all the way to the top of the Billboard album charts in early 1971, paving the way for a smash Broadway opening later that year. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, October 26th. And as your entertainment report for Tuesday, October 27th, 2015, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or go to your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.